You're listening to Fountain of Thought with your hosts, Dennis Fountain and Sunny Rain. One small step for man, one giant leap for America.
This show contains adult themes and language. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, everyone, to the Fountain of Thought podcast. This is the podcast where we talk about anything and everything. Just like an MSNBC commentator spewing lies, anything goes. Call in or leave us a voicemail on our listener line at 413-612-8037. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at TalkFOT, subscribe on YouTube and Rumble, or visit our website at fountainofthought.com, where you're going to find contest registrations, shout-out requests, and so much more. And now, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, and that's not Mountain Dew, I would like to welcome my co-host and broadcast partner, Mr. Sunny Rain. Sunny! Hey, there you are.
Dennis.
Good. What are you driving a bus? Are you Ralph
No,
Cramden?
I'm helping out Uncle Antonio over at his pizza shop.
Oh, pizza shop.
Yeah, he had to take off for the week, so I said, I'm in my travels, so I'd stop in, run the place for, do a little Italian eating. Because you know me, I'm trying to fill out a bit.
Can you fly that disc of the pizza? When the dough. Can you?
Fly the? Hey, I earned the nickname. Check it out.
Pizza slut.
I'm the man.
You're the man. Okay.
I do things to pizza that you don't even want to know.
Well, okay.
I kissed my first girl in kindergarten.
No, I'm sorry, I wasn't a slut like you.
It wasn't it.
See how appropriate. It's just it works. It works.
Hey, before you get going, I just wanted to ask you a question.
Sure.
I got to look at my notes here. Name a place, will you?
A city, a town, a state, a country.
A place. Just give me a place.
San Francisco.
And how about a noun?
Oh, is this a Mad Lib? Cow.
No.
Oh, I used to love Mad Libs. Did you like those Mad Libs?
You say
those
cow?
were awesome. Yeah, cow. Moo.
That's it for now. You carry on, sir.
Okay. Before I get into this week's topic, which is twofold, I did want to talk about last week. Our episode was about sports, and we talked about how we couldn't get a lot of out-of-market sports, and sometimes it was an issue. Well, my brother said...
Now pitching for the New York Yankees. Sorry.
Thanks. My brother turned me on to this app. It's called, I don't know how you pronounce it. It's either DoFu, Dofu, or Dofu. It's DOFU, live stream. And you can get NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, and the NCAAF, all of it for free. You stream it on your phone or tablet, and if you want, you can project that onto your television. You can cast it there if you like, but all of it's there. And you might have to install a couple of other things, like some of them I went to was on YouTube, so you got to have YouTube. Another one I went to was on Pluto TV, so you got to have Pluto TV. But it's all done on this. It's all on your smartphone.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah, your favorite. And then you can cast it to your TV, so it's the same freaking thing. So
I heard about it.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be around long. They'll find a way to block it.
Well, if they do, they do. But thank you, Rod, for pointing that out to us and enlightening us with your intelligence. All right, so we had a very busy weekend, did we not?
It was interesting, to say the least.
It was interesting. All right, so Sonny and I went on a Star Trek tour in Ticonderoga, New York. And it wasn't that it was...
Well, it wasn't actually a Star Trek tour. It was explain what it was.
Well, it's a recreation of the original set of the Enterprise.
The gentleman bought the original
there's a lot of original pieces in it, and
but he obtained the blueprints, didn't he? From
I'm sure he's
Studios, and
he's got everything.
Built it, so he's got everything to scale, and
yeah. You're going to see, if you're watching us, if you're listening, sorry, you're out of luck. But if you're watching us, then we're going to cycle through pictures here. But everything is, it's down, it's exact. It's such an amazing thing. But anyway, so that's it's a tour of the set of the Enterprise, the original NCC 1701. No bloody A, no bloody B. This is in Ticonderoga, New York, and let's just say it's several hours away for us. And it wasn't that it was a bad trip per se, but things went wrong and just didn't seem to work out. That was one after another. So I went to pick up Sonny at an undisclosed location, and then we were heading out, and I took the wife's car because it gets better gas mileage than my gas-guzzling Jeep. And we're heading out. Well, first off, I started heading out, and I forgot stuff. So I had to come back home and get it and then go pick him up. And then, we stopped. We filled up gas. All that stuff. By the way, feel free to jump in at any point and add your color commentary.
And as we got going, and we actually got on the highway, we were on our way, he then also realized he had still forgotten things at home.
I did. I still forgot things. We'll get to that later. So it was a torrential downpour.
That's not even a word for it.
Yeah,
this was awful.
We had 4 tornadoes touch down that never happened in this area. It was a nightmare. So we're on the highway and we're driving, I don't know, maybe 30 miles an hour, and it's one of those things where it's coming down in sheets and you can only see maybe 100 feet in front of you or something. And all I see is this car on the side of the road, another car in the middle of the road, and a jackknife flatbed. And I don't know what they did, but somehow they were into some type of accident, and I had to zigzag around them and get through. So nobody got hurt, and we made it, and we're going on. And then we're about 2 to 2.5 hours into our trip, and then all of a sudden the dashboard on the car lights up, ding, 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 and everything's wrong. ABS brakes, all-wheel drive, traction control, everything's...
It sounded like you won the jackpot in the Nevada slot machine.
Yeah. So, so I was a little upset, but the car was driving fine. It braked fine. I couldn't figure out anything that was wrong with it, so I just assumed it's, one of those dumbass sensors or something or whatever. And we get to our final destination. We had left early, and we did it on purpose. Because we had some questions about the Star Trek tour that it was a little vague when they answered us. So I'm always better talking to somebody in person. So,
but those were curiously bad emails sent back. They were.
Well, I asked.
You asked a point blank question, and you're getting just a very general answer that could be applied to 10 different questions.
Right. Yeah. So I wanted to speak to someone in person. So we were going to go there. Visit them, and then we wanted to go to Fort Ticonderoga. We had never been, and we thought that'd be something cool to do as well. So we get to the Star Trek tour place. I stop the car. I pull in. I get out and I walk. Sonny stayed in the car, and I go in, and very polite. The people there were very, very polite. The woman says, "Oh, well, you can check in now if you like." And I went, "Oh, okay. Well, that's great." So we had to bring our papers. We must bring our papers. Bring our papers. Our COVID papers to make sure that we're vaccinated. And so I yelled to Sonny, "Come on, they're going to check us in, but, they need your vaccination card." So we're checking in, and the woman says, "So are you taking the actual tour today or Sunday?" Now, this was a Friday, and we planned on doing everything on Saturday. We had a tour. We had a photo shoot with William Shatner, and we had a signature, whatever you call it.
With William Shatner.
With William Shatner.
An autograph session.
There you go, autograph session. Yes, thank you. And we were planning on doing that Saturday. And that was one of the emails that I asked, was what's the timeline, what's going on, whatever. Friday, I didn't plan on doing anything at the Star Trek thing. We were going to go to Ticonderoga. And the woman says, "Oh, no. There are no tours on Saturday." And I'm like, well, thanks for letting us know. That could have been solved very easily by an email, but no one said anything. So we said, all right, well, let's take the tour now. And I was kind of happy that we did because it was about 2 hours long. I think we were there, hour and a half, 2 hours. And it as far as this goes, it's just amazing. And like I said, if you're watching us on YouTube or Rumble, you can see the pictures. This place is it's incredible. It's so surreal. I mean, and the other thing is it's 4 walls. I mean, so you think a set tour, you think you're going on a set where there's going to be an opening where the cameras come in and out, but this thing is all enclosed. So it's like you're really on the Enterprise. I mean, it's so cool. And everything works. Everything lights up. If you press a button, it does something. I mean, everything on this place freaking works.
But they also replaced the original stuff they used in the 60s, which was, people behind the sets moving dials and things like that. They actually replaced it with LED TVs and stuff, and made the actual what they would have liked to have done in the 60s. They didn't have the technology. They added to this. So you've got the, obviously by the pictures, you've got the creation of the sets, but then you've got the actual working technology on all those screens, which made it even 10 times cooler.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking, this is nerderific.
Yeah. So we go through and we had a good tour guide. Mad props to him. He did a great job. We learned a lot of things about what they use to make certain things, Etch-a-Sketches and all this stuff. And we learned stuff, salt and pepper shakers and whatever, which was cool. That was interesting and fun. I lost my... So we're walking along, and we started off with a hallway. We went to the transporter room. We went to the medical facilities, which was the largest thing of all of them because there were 1, 2, 3, 4. There were 4 rooms just for sick bay, and that was fascinating. And what was kind of cool is it's kind of hard to see in the pictures we have, but there were things there that I went, this wasn't on the TV series. Where did they get this from? And I'll be damned. That night I went back and I looked, and I went, sure enough. And the guy told us, he said, listen, if it's here, it's on the TV show. This is exact. And he was correct, and I was shocked at that. I was surprised. It was just an exact replica of everything. So
well, actually, he's jumping ahead of himself because we didn't actually leave the set and then go back and check these things because somebody forgot to pack his Roku box.
I was getting to that. That's later on. That's later. You're jumping the gun.
This is a whole good story all in itself.
Yeah. So, yeah. So the last stop, of course, is the bridge of the Enterprise. And we're in a turbo lift, and the doors open up, and then there you are. You're on the Enterprise. And I turned to Sonny, and I said, I feel like crying. This is just amazing. And I know not everyone is into it as we are, and I get that. But for me and for Sonny as well, this is a childhood dream come true. I mean, this is something that's just far beyond anything we could possibly imagine. And I will tell you that I think I'm a geek. Sonny probably thinks he's a geek on a lot of things. Oh no. We had
we were geeks in training.
Yeah. We had there were 2 other people on this tour with us, and this one guy, there's one in every crowd. He was a know-it-all. Oh, no. On season 3, episode Corbinite
4,
maneuver.
Scene 5.
Yeah. He's going on like, I'm going, dude, just shut up. And would you let the tour guide do what he's supposed to do? But he had to, pipe into everything. And it was just a little annoying. In fact, the next day we were standing in line for our photograph session, and we saw him. And I go, Sonny, don't look. Don't even wave. Don't even wave. We don't want him coming over here. Yeah. So anyways, awesome set. I give them much props for that. Props. It's so realistic. It's unbelievable. And Sonny, what did you get to do?
I got to push a button and make lots of noise.
Yes. He set off the red alert. He got to do red alert. Yeah. So, Like I said.
You have to understand, folks. Okay, I mean, I know this sounds geeky, and I'm sure it does to you. But you're talking, two people who got home from kindergarten, first grade, second grade. Our bulk of our childhood, and this is back in the days where there was 3 channels on TV plus a couple of independent stations, and this is what you lived off of, reruns and
Channel
Star
56
Trek.
WLVI.
Yeah. You had we had what, as far as we had 3 science fiction shows basically that we followed: Space 1999, Star Trek, and Lost in Space. And you'd watch these shows over and over again. And we'd go on, you'd go in the backyard with your friends and build the Star Trek sets out of cardboard boxes and hours of fun. So to all of a sudden get to be our age and actually walk into it's just, think of it like walking into, if you're a big football fan and you love a particular team and going into that stadium for the first time, how it feels after watching it on TV. It's, it's the same kind of feeling. But yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I can equate it to that. Fenway Park, first time I went to Fenway. Yeah, I can equate
same
that.
thing.
Yeah.
I didn't even know the Fenway Park was in color. I was shocked. I walked in, it was green. I was like, but this is only black and white at home. This is great.
So, anyways,
people used to say to me, on Lost in Space, did you like the first season was in black and white and the other 2 were in color? I said, the other 2 are in color?
Yeah.
I thought the whole thing was in black and white. So was Star Trek.
Yeah. Well, that's why Star Trek had a lot of the colors that they had, and Lost in Space too, is because they wanted all those different shades of gray for black and white.
Yeah, because a majority of middle class people hadn't graduated. I mean, to graduate to a color television, you had to have a little bit of money.
Some money.
Not like today.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was it. That was the tour. And like I said, I was glad that we did it then because the way things happened, we got it kind of like out of the way, and it was nice, and it was worked out well. So then we said, all right, well, let's go grab something to eat, and we'll go hit up Fort Ticonderoga. So we're looking, and this is a very small town. First of all, when we get off the highway, this is up by Lake George. And for 42 minutes, no cell service, nothing, not a peep, not a bar, nothing. 42 minutes, nothing.
Not even in the town itself. It was very spotty. Once in a blue moon, you got a bar or 2. But wow.
Yeah.
When they talk about areas that don't have internet, it's true.
Well, it's weird because even here there are spots, and we know when we drive somewhere where we're not going to get a signal. But you tell this to other people, and they go, "What do you mean you don't get a signal?" I go, dude, this is the Northeast. We got mountains, hills, valleys. We don't get signals at a lot of places, and they don't understand that. They're not used to it. So, anyways, I pull out the old phone and hey Google, show me restaurants near me, and it populates this list, and it's your basic crap stuff: Subway, McDonald's, whatever. And we did find this restaurant. In fact,
no offense to Subway or McDonald's. If you want to advertise, we'll speak highly of you then. But in the meantime, you're just crap.
So, I don't even. Do you remember the name of the restaurant? I forgot the name of it. I don't even remember the name of it.
It was called the restaurant on the outskirts of town. Yeah, you drive long driveway and you park next to the dumpster restaurant.
That was it. Yeah,
that's the one.
But it got 4.8 ratings out of 5, so we figured, well, let's go there. So it's around 5-ish, something like that, 4:30ish, 5 o'clock. So there's no cars in what we call the parking lot. So we not sure if we're supposed to park there, but it's up on a hill, and it was at one point someone's house. It was a house at one point.
Yeah, exactly.
And I looked, and there's stairs going up, but there's no other place to park. So we parked in this dirt parking lot next to the dumpster. And we walk up, and then we get there, and there's this big sign that's on the door, and it says, no credit cards, cash only. Well, luckily, I'd just taken a couple of bucks out beforehand for just in case something like that happened. So we had the cash. We walk in, the place is empty. There's nobody there. So we go to sit down, and the best I can describe it is it looks like at one point it was a 3-season porch, and they had converted it over to dining. So we walk out on this porch, and everything is, let's see if I can do this in the camera. Everything is, instead of straight, it's like this.
Yeah, it's arced to one side. So he picks the worst table.
Well, I just sat at a table, and I picked a 2-top.
I'm sitting there, and I'm actually falling off the seat to my left into the aisle. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. I didn't know if they're going to be busy. So I picked a 2-top. I don't want to take a 4-top. The others are 4-tops. So the woman, because she's, oh, well, that one's a little bad. If you want to pick another one, well, I looked and they were all pretty bad, but we found one that was okay. And we ordered our food, and I got to tell you, my food was good. It was great. I had a Reuben with onion rings. It was great, no problem. Yeah. And so we're eating our food, and then the woman says, "Are either of you afraid of dogs?"
No, how do you feel about dogs?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what she said. We both looked at each other like, "What do you mean?
Yeah.
How do you feel about dogs? We like dogs, right?"
Yeah, what I said. I like dogs. I says I showed her my phone. I said he's my screensaver on my phone. Even. Oh, okay. Well, mine are outside, and I got to bring them in, and I just wanted. They're going to walk through, and I just wanted to make sure you guys were okay with it. I'm like, what the freak do I care?
Knock yourself out.
Yeah, go ahead. So we're sitting there. Then his two dogs come in, and
These
one of
weren't
them,
dogs. These were horses.
It's a bull mastiff, right? That's what it is. Bull mastiff. Is that what they call them? It's this big horse of a dog that comes boom, 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 boom in, and it comes to our table, and it does this. It's so big, it didn't have to jump or anything. It just puts its head. It's right in line with our table, and we're like, "Hi, puppy."
Yeah, how you doing? Then the second one comes flying down. The puppy, which was just a little smaller.
6 months old, a black lab. He comes. Oh, first of all, he's on a leash. She's on a leash. All right, and she says, "Well, he's a little rambunctious. He's still training, and he doesn't know everything yet." And we're like, "All right, well, good thing you got him on a leash." Well, then she lets him off the leash, and the thing
tackles me.
And he puts his paw on the table, and the silverware goes flying off. And I'm just like, "Gotta be kidding me! This is just."
The big one's eating my French fries.
It's just bizarre, folks. It was just bizarre. Yeah. We left there, and this is where the other fun part comes in. Is I got ready the night before, and I thought I packed everything, but I didn't. I forgot tons of stuff. And one of the things I forgot is I always bring my Roku box with me, so I can plug the Roku box in, and I can watch whatever I want to watch and not worry about live TV or commercials or any crap like that. So I forgot it. So we're never going to get a sponsor for Walmart. But so Sonny says, let's go to Walmart. We'll buy a cheap one, and we'll take it back and see how that works. And I went, all right, well, we'll do that. So we go to Walmart, and it was, again, this is a weird Walmart. I mean, the bakery section was like this, and it was just bizarre. We couldn't find, how they have Sam's Choice? There was no Sam's Choice. There was no soda. No. It was very weird Walmart. So we get a couple of things. We come back, and we don't have a lot of cell service. So we're trying to hook up the Roku to the hotel internet. And it keeps telling us it's going to charge. It's going to charge. And I've never had that happen. I've gone to hotels all over the place, and I've never had that happen. So I go to my phone, and I log into the internet through my phone, the hotel internet through my phone, and then I basically create a hotspot, and then I use the Roku to my phone, blah, 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 and it works. I mean, every once in a while it would putz out because the internet there was bad, but it was somewhat passable. And that's when we looked at the Star Trek episode. We watched 2 of them. To make sure that what he said was exactly what it was, and it was true. It was so bizarre. It was exactly what he had said. Even there was this one giant thing that we looked at, and we both said, "There is no way this is in Star Trek. We have never seen this." But sure enough, it was.
Lo and behold,
there.
It was.
Yeah, it was there. It was. So then came the other unfortunate part of our evening, at least for me, anyways, because we shared a room, and someone snores and talks in his sleep and carries on and had entire conversations with his cat, for one. And he denies it. And I says, no, you were talking about your cat. Well, what was I saying? You were talking about your cat, how you're going to feed him and how you love him and don't listen to him. And he was just going on and on and on. So I had earplugs and a pillow over my head, and I still had trouble sleeping because this one just was all. Don't ever sleep with him. Don't ever sleep with him.
First of all,
Yeah.
I warned him. I warned him thoroughly.
He
did.
He did.
This was going to happen because I apparently have a lot to say when I'm sleeping.
Yeah. So he did warn me.
And
Don't
you know
ever-
what? Not that we're going to keep harping on this, but another thing was this particular hotel. Picture scrolling if you're watching this video, and next morning, in comes this thing. It's a prepackaged Danish that what was it? Pierre's Kitchen.
Yeah, Pierre something another.
Yes, the Pierre
Yes,
Kitchen.
Yeah.
I forgive my French accent. Only Kamala Harris does that better than me. Yeah, and then
Actually, that
this
picture's coming up pretty soon. I'll call it out when it comes up.
this little fruit cup, like the little self-serving apple sausage you get, but it's just a little fruit cocktail. And the juice box. This is what cracked me up the most. The juice packet was exactly 4 sips. It was like half of the size of a normal juice box. The smallest thing you've ever seen.
I've never seen such a small juice box ever. I didn't know they came that way.
All I know is that, thank the Lord.
There it is. There it is. Look, you can see it now at the bottom of
there
your
it is
screen.
right there, yeah.
Yep.
Thank the Lord that 50 yards away was a McDonald's. 'Cause,
So
that wasn't going to fill the gullet.
tell them about the our beautiful coffee station.
Oh, yeah, the coffee station with no coffee.
He says
You had to brew your own. You had to go back to your room, and they had all the stuff, your filter, your coffee, and everything in the room. So you had to bring that down, and you had to fill. I'm like, this is bizarre. This is totally bizarre.
And by the way, if you go around the corner on your left, you're going to find our coffee station, and we're proud to have coffee, tea, and hot chocolate. And I'm like, oh, well, that's not bad. All right. No, sorry. No,
Yeah,
not what it was. No.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Again, it wasn't bad stuff. It was just weird. Just things that would just make you go,
Anyways, I neglected to tell you that when we did get back in the car and we drove the car, it went when I was driving away. Yeah. So that didn't make me all that happy. So anyways, we get up the next morning and the autograph session, the photo session starts at 11. I told Sonny, let's get there about 10. He goes, yeah, that's great. Well, 9 o'clock, 9:15, 9:30. I keep kicking him. He's, what? I go, we got to go. What? He keeps yelling at me. I'm like, Sonny, we got to go.
I just fell asleep, for God's sakes. I had been up all night talking.
Yeah. Well, so, of course, there's no parking in their parking lot because there's hundreds and hundreds of people there. So we park in a public parking place and we walk up and we stand in line, which wasn't horrible. We were pretty close enough. And I will say that we met this beautiful family from India. I'm sorry, not from India. They were Indian, as in Indian.
Yeah, Indian.
Yeah.
But they were from Maryland.
Yeah, Maryland, and they were awesome. We talked.
Husband, wife, 2 kids. Very, very nice people, and they
Yeah.
drove all the way up from Maryland just to see this themselves.
Yeah. So it was nice talking with them. They were very nice people. So we waited in line, and then it was like a conveyor belt in there for that photo session. That's the one part that these people got down to a science. I mean, you walked in, you got your picture, you walked out. It was boom, boom, boom. Thank you, ma'am, wham, bam. So we go in, we get our pictures, and then the next thing is there's an hour-long chat session with Shatner, and it's at a different location. But we're done now, and it's like noon, and that thing starts at 3 o'clock. So we got 3 hours to kill in this town where there's nothing to do.
And it's raining.
Yeah, and again, it rained the whole time. So I said, all right, well, let's go up to Fort Ticonderoga. I know it's closed, but maybe we can drive around. We could look at something. But there was nothing happening there because it's like a state park. There was a big gate out in front, way before the actual park itself, and so you couldn't get in there. But we took a couple pictures in front just to say we were there.
Just to prove that we were there.
Yeah,
We weren't full of shit.
And then there were a couple of waterfalls. I mean, it's beautiful country. I mean, really is. So there were some waterfalls. We stopped and looked and took some pictures. It was very romantic, wasn't it, Sonny? Very romantic.
Yeah, that was the first thing that crossed my mind.
Yeah. So then we go back to this location, which actually was a high school. So we go to this high school, and it's supposed to be in the auditorium for Shatner's talk. And we get there about 2 o'clock. And there's no one else in the parking lot. We're the only ones. So we're sitting there, and we're waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting. And eventually, a couple of cars pull up, and these were some of the workers there. And we see them go inside, and they move a couple of tables around, whatever. Because there's windows, and we can see a little bit. But we're waiting and waiting and waiting. And then
mind you, I'm taking his word for this because once again, I was sleeping, talking to myself.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, probably about, I don't know, 2:45, 2:40 or somewhere in that. So mind you, we were there at 2 o'clock, so we should have been first. We weren't. We were way to hell in the back of the line in the pouring rain. I had one umbrella. Poor Sonny's getting wet. And we're out there waiting. It's a little chilly, not that cold, but it was a little bit. So we're waiting, and then finally the doors open, and we all pile inside to the entrance of this high school, which is clearly, it was a nice high school. It's old,
Very
1800s.
old,
yeah.
Yeah.
Love
Up
the
and down,
architecture.
Up and downstairs. And
So we're all huddled inside. Now, we were told ahead of time that even though we're vaccinated, we have to wear a mask.
in the school.
Right.
Now, mind you, this whole weekend so far, you haven't had to wear a mask anywhere.
Right.
There's no mandates to wear any mask. Everybody's packed together. Everybody's assuming everybody's, whatever. But the point is, but when we get to the school on a Saturday,
We're the only ones in there.
We're the only ones here, but we're all
And-
wearing masks. Okay. So
And we have to sit 6 feet apart from each other, even though we
get
came
in the
together.
auditorium.
Yeah.
Yeah. After we've been in the hallway elbow to elbow, when we get in the auditorium,
Or
yeah, okay.
even the families. Like if you drove together and you came together and you're a family, you still have to sit 6 feet apart. Okay. So so we walk in, and there's a big vestibule, and then to the left and to the right, there's another set of stairs going upstairs. Your typical high school stuff. And so they start letting people on the left go up 20 at a time, and then the right 20 at a time. So we're on the right-hand side. So the left, what's happening, folks, is you're going up 20 at a time because that's where all the pictures are. Those pictures you took with Shatner are all upstairs, and you got to go find your picture. So the left just goes, and we're waiting on the right. And I figured, all right, well, there's time enough for me to sneak in a bathroom break. So you want to tell this part since I wasn't there?
Yeah, he says, here, hold this. I said, where are you going? To the bathroom while we're waiting. He goes down, he opens the door, he closes the door. Just as he closes the door to the bathroom, okay, you guys can go up. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I had to step out of line, go down and get him. Now we're totally last. Going up.
So, all right, whatever. We all, and by the way, there's no signage, there's no people, there's nothing. It's very haphazard. We get our pictures.
Just a quick point, didn't you find it amazing that nobody ever worried about somebody handicapped showing up because there was no elevators, there was no
nobody said anything about that.
Ramps, nothing. I was very shocked about that.
Yeah.
As so-and-so was tossing Skittles at his asshole.
Yeah. So
there's a reason to go into space.
That was fun. When you go to something like this, that's what you want. You
Taste
want
the
something
rainbow.
light. You want something, like that. I would have liked, stories about Star Trek or acting or something. But all right, T.J. Hooker or, Denny
Boston
Crane.
Legal.
Yeah, but all right. I get it. You go into space, that's a big thing. You're an astronaut now, okay? I get it. So I didn't mind that at all. I thought it was informative. But then it takes this big turn, and he starts talking about how the planet's going to die, and global warming this, and climate change this, and we got 6 inches of water, we're all going to be underwater, and we don't take care of our something's coming up. Well, this guy gets up and he goes, Mr. Shatner, given your views on global warming and climate change, would you be willing to testify before Congress? What the freak is this? Where did this come from? So then Shatner proceeds to tell him for literally 10 minutes about how he's not qualified to testify before Congress, and frankly, they wouldn't listen to him. I mean, who would? He's an actor. Why are you going to listen to this guy? So, so that was crap. And then it took an even more depressing note. While Shatner was up in space, there were other people with him, and one of the guys he was with, and I apologize, I don't remember his name, you can Google it and find out, was a pilot. Shatner's a...
He had to keep for that day, for those 2 days, and it was also going to include something on Sunday, I guess. We weren't going to be around for that, but that it's amazing. It really is. I mean, I hope I fare as well, but
so I'll tell you I'll tell you these packages. There was like an a la carte package where you could just pick one thing, or whatever, and then add it up. And then there was a lieutenant's package, a captain's package, and an admiral's package. Well, I'm not rich, so I got the cheap package, the lieutenant package. The admiral's package is $1,500. Okay? Well, just about 15, not exactly, but up to $1,500. And the big sell for that one is you get to have dinner with Shatner.
Don't lose this blue ticket. I said, I'm not going to lose that blue ticket.
And who lost their blue ticket?
I didn't technically lose it. I couldn't find it.
True. he told me, well, I gave it to the lady at the tour. I'm going, you did what?
I did.
I gave it to the lady at the tour. And I'm like,
It
what do you mean you gave it to the lady at the tour? So we get up to who's ever checking the stuff, and I says, he doesn't have it, but I had all the original paperwork to prove that I did pay for it in case there was an issue. But so they had to bring someone else over to check on it, and they said, fine, let him go through and whatever. So here's the other humorous story that kind of ticked me off. So we're getting up to Shatner, and you're not supposed to take any videos of anything. No videos, no pictures at this point. So I'm going to play it smart.
But slick here.
So I take my veranda home, and it's nighttime, pouring rain again. And, the car was okay. We got home safe. Turns out it was a
knock sensor.
A speed sensor.
Speed sensor, yeah.
A speed sensor, yeah. So $200 and something bucks later, it's all fixed, and we're good to go. So that was our Star Trek tour, and like I said, that was interesting. But that was not the highlight of my weekend.
And what was the highlight of your weekend?
The highlight was not the Star Trek tour, but my anal tour.
Oh, yeah, that's what you had to look forward to on Tuesday.
Yeah,
you're gonna have time for this story.
Yeah, we're gonna shoot this story through. We're gonna shoot it through. It's all my stuff together. Let it sit in the fridge to get it cool because they said it'll go down better if it's cooler. So I'm drinking this stuff. I don't know. First hour or so, it didn't. I mean, taste was all right. I mean, it's medicine, but it was okay. It was tolerable. The problem is that the consistency of it was horrible. It's very thick kind of solution, and it just doesn't go down very well. But like I said, the first hour I could tolerate it. Then I'm starting to go, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. Not necessarily because of the liquid, but that's, folks, it's 2 liters. 2 liters. That's what I did. I took a half-hour break, and I tried. I got it down one more time, and that was it. I couldn't do it anymore. I said, I'm done. So I got through about, I don't know, a little more than a third of it. I got done. But now I'm calling Sonny because he's done this before. And I go, Sonny, ain't nothing happening here. There's nothing going on. The cork has not popped. And I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and nothing's happening.
I just said, dude, just be patient. Just be patient.
You didn't. No.
Yes, I did. At first, I told you to be patient.
At first, he did, yeah. And then at the end, I said, Sonny, I don't know what to do. There's nothing happening. He goes, well, maybe you should call the emergency room. And he goes, there's something wrong with you.
Well, yeah.
And so about midnight or so, it started to teeter off a little bit. It was done about 1 a.m. I'm done going to the bathroom. Everything is clear. We're great. Wake up the next morning. I got to go again. I go without getting overly gross. There are some pieces that are in there.
Did you taste them?
Little brown pieces that were
all
in
right,
there.
Enough. God.
And so I go down to the hospital where this is getting done. And, she asked me all these questions about all this stuff and everything. And I says, well, yeah. And I explained to her what it was. And she said, oh, that's normal. You're fine. Everything's fine. And then she actually, ever sick or ever go there. So I don't go a lot. But she says, do you feel safe at home, and do you ever feel like committing suicide? And I go, no, I'm too much of a narcissist for that. That's never going to happen. So if somebody says I killed myself, you better call the police because I was murdered. And she starts laughing and says, no one's ever said that before. And I go, yeah, well,
the moral of this whole thing is, for Dennis, is there was 2 things that happened: Star Trek tour and a colonoscopy, proving in both instances he boldly went where no man has gone before.
So when I go there, I got a prize. And my prize was this. Oh, that's weird. They're green, so they're coming through kind of weird. There you go. You can see them a little bit. These are socks with little treads on them. I'm like, ooh, do I get to keep these?
You never had those before?
No, I was so excited for these.
I got a drawer full of those.
Yes, I know.
Give me by the way, just while get a silly word.
Silly word. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
A little bit shorter, please.
Puny.
What?
Puny. Puny. Puny.
And how about a number?
A number? 13.
Okay.
All right. So I get all my stuff done. The anesthesiologist comes over, checks with me, blah, 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 blah. Everything's going like clockwork. I go into the room, lay on my side. We're going to give you this medicine you're going to count to 10. Within 10 seconds, you're going to be out. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I'm going 1, 2, in my head, 3. I don't even make it to 4, and I'm gone. The second he put that stuff in me, I could feel it. I could feel it taste in my mouth, and I could feel getting whatever, and I'm gone. So,
oh, groovy, baby.
So I'm all done. I'm in recovery, and the woman says, everything's great. You don't have to come back for 10 years. You're pretty lucky. There was no polyps, nothing going on. We only found a couple of things. And I'm like, oh, now I'm worried. What do you mean you found
a hamster carcass? And
you found a couple of things. Well, this is one of the things that they found, and this is a penny that I swallowed in 1972. And then the other thing that they pulled out, which was really, I'm not sure how it got there, was a little micro machine from, so they pulled that out too. I'm not sure how that got up there, but row. So I'm all done. And they call for my ride. You have to have a ride. So my wife comes up, and the nurse puts on the form that I'm to be king for the day, and my one job is to what, Sonny?
Look, wait.
Yeah.
Hold on.
My one job is
to.
She says, we got a lot of air up there, so your one job is to fart. So I'm like,
Yeah.
All right.
Good time.
All right.
Good times. Big times.
Thanks for that. I appreciate that. So, all right. So that's it. That is the tours for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed that.
Can I have a verb?
Can you have a verb? Plucking. Plucking.
The plural noun?
Can a plural noun?
Yeah.
The plural noun. Cars.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Well, that's it. We're done with this segment.
We're done with this segment.
Yeah, we're done.
Where do we go from here?
We are going to be right back after I start looking for a lover who needs another. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Log of the Starship Enterprise, stardate 5943.7.
Captain Kirk, this is Lieutenant Uhura. Mr. Spock is ready to patch in. Go ahead, Mr. Spock.
I'm on the surface of the destroyed barbarian planet now, Captain.
Destroyed? What do you see, Mr. Spock?
The surviving inhabitants are in a dreadful condition. It seems they can't control their limbs, and their minds are dull and useless. Fascinating. They seem to be in a state identical to that curious 20th century Earth disease called hard drug abuse. I suspect it has destroyed all meaningful life on this wretched planet.
A tragic find, Mr. Spock.
As a Vulcan, I find the need for hard drugs to be totally illogical.
But as a half-human, Spock, surely you can appreciate the suffering that hard drug abuse causes. We can only hope that other civilizations will not make the same mistake.
All right, welcome back. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor or advertising on our show, please drop us an email at talkfot@gmail.com or give us a call at 413-612-8037.
The moment you've been waiting for is finally here. Yes, true or false headlines.
All right, True or False Headlines is being sponsored by the Ludlow Lions Club. Do you want to help those in need in your neighborhood? Volunteer to help today. You can learn more at their Facebook page by visiting ludlowlions.org or by calling 754-900-ROAR. Do you like my tribble?
I don't know where mine is. I think I left him in your car.
He's probably in the hotel room. All right. So he won't shut up now. All right. So 2 headlines. One is real, one is not. You're going to tell me which is which. Are you ready?
Is that a tribble in your lap? You're just happy to see me.
I'm just happy to see you, baby. Worcester woman changes baby's dirty diaper at Walmart checkout. Or Worcester woman fires 9mm while looking for change at Walmart checkout.
I'm definitely going to go with the first one, with the changing of the baby, because that would definitely happen at Walmart.
Definitely happen. Well, unfortunately, where is the? You are incorrect. Can't find my. There it is. Sorry. A Worcester woman is facing firearm charges after police say she mistakenly fired a handgun as she dug through her purse in Northborough Walmart Monday night. At roughly 8:40 p.m., Northborough police responded to the superstore at 200 Otis Street for reports of a gun being accidentally fired. 31-year-old Worcester, Massachusetts woman who was with her toddler told the officers she had fired her 9mm handgun while rummaging through her purse at the cashier looking for change. No one was injured in the shooting, officials said. The bullet was removed from the store floor. The woman voluntarily surrendered the gun, ammunition, purse, and her license to carry. She will be charged with discharging a firearm within 500 feet of an occupied building, police said.
It's actually, I actually did hear that. I heard the clip for that story coming up on the news the other night.
Yeah. So
they said
dumbasses.
On accidental discharge in a Walmart. I didn't hear when you first said the in other words, I'm sure I would have picked the right one if I'd heard you correctly.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
Sure. Okay, definitely, yeah, definitely.
Hey, before you go on to your second one,
yeah.
can you give me a noun, please?
Cup.
Like a cup of love?
Yeah, cup. Like a cup of tea.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
All right. So, casket broke mid-funeral, sending body spilling out in Massachusetts. Casket found lined with cocaine in an attempt to hide it from Massachusetts State Police.
It is number 2.
That is the correct one?
That is the correct one. Oh, no, really?
Yeah. Wait till you hear this one. Midway through the funeral of late Lawrence resident Andrew Serrano, a city-owned casket lowering device broke. The casket dropped into the grave and broke apart, sending Serrano's body falling out and causing it to, quote, ooze fluids. In view of his horrified family members, a lawsuit said. Now, more than 2 years after the incident, Serrano's family is suing the city of Lawrence, Perez Funeral Home, and the Bellevue Cemetery for $50,000. After the March 2019 death of Serrano, the family contacted the Perez Funeral Home to coordinate the burial at the Bellevue Cemetery. During the April 5th burial service, a strap on the casket lowering device broke, sending the casket tumbling into the grave and the body spilling out of it, according to the lawsuit. Family members were horrified, visibly distraught and hysterical as fluids began to ooze from Serrano's corpse. Several family members jumped into the grave in an effort to care for the body, which then had to be removed from the grave and brought back to the funeral home. A few days later, Serrano was buried at the cemetery without further incident. That's got to be. I mean, they should get $50,000 for that. That's horrible.
Yeah,
that's. Yeah, no.
But not to get into a long conversation about it, but how do you stop an accident from happening? I mean, the strap could have shown nowhere. Could have just something could have just happened.
Well, it could have, but
but just horrible.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. But
yeah, that's bad. No, that's bad.
Let's play Hollywood Soundbite Theater.
All right, Sonny and I are going to each pick a contestant to play for, and then volley 3 movie sound clips at each other with a chance to win a point for movie title, character, and actor. I'm not sure how that's going to work this week. If we correctly... What?
Can I interject, please?
Sure, please.
Mouth of yours is always going.
It's my job. It's what I'm supposed to do. Hence, it's a podcast.
Because of this is a special Hollywood site, special edition of Hollywood Soundbites. in which today's subject is going to be Samuel L. Jackson movies. You don't have to have the actor's name, obviously, because it will be Samuel L. Jackson.
Will it? Okay.
Mother. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. We're allowed one clue and one pass per game. Each week, the winning contestant's name will be entered into our monthly $25 gift card giveaway. Register for all our contests at fountainofthought.com. All right, so, Sonny, this week...
I'm going to need a plural noun first.
Bras.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you are playing for Chili Salazar. Chili Salazar.
Chili Salazar.
It's a good baseball name.
It is.
And I am playing for Victoria Doughton. Victoria Doughton.
Now pitching, number 42, Chili
Salazar. Yes. Okay. All right.
How about an animal?
Oh, God. Lion.
Isn't that original?
Isn't it? Yes, I know. All right. Am I going first?
How did I get so short?
Ask your parents.
Do you think I'm starting to look more and more like Jabba the Hutt?
No, he's starting to look like you.
Wait till my doctor sees me next month. Oh, he's going to be pissed. I'm going to start this week.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, this is your first Samuel L. Jackson clip.
This is a tasty burger. Vincent, you ever had a big kahuna burger? Want a bite? They're real tasty. Well, if you like burgers, give them a try sometime. Me? I can't usually get them because my girlfriend's a vegetarian, which pretty much makes me a vegetarian. But I do love the taste of a good burger.
I'm going to go with Soulman.
What?
Soulman?
Soulman?
Yeah.
The hell is Soulman?
It's a movie he was in, Soulman.
Oh.
I guess that's not it.
Never heard of it.
Okay.
It was Pulp Fiction.
Oh, Pulp Fiction. Okay.
Pulp
and
Fiction.
What character did he play?
It was Russell Franklin.
Russell Franklin. Okay. All right. Here is yours.
I miss you like I misses a rock in my shoe.
That's it?
That's it.
I'm going to go with Samuel L. Jackson.
Wow.
I'm also going to go with the Hitman's Bodyguard. Okay.
Do you care to get a character? No, since you went to the wrong one.
No, I wouldn't know the character on that either.
Okay. It was Django Unchained, and he played Steven.
It's Django. The D is silent.
No, it's Django.
It's Django. The D is silent.
No, it's Django.
You asked the character.
Just like it's Jen Psaki.
You know, we're just going to have to circle back on that one.
We're doing good so far. We're both at 0.
All right. I think I'm sinking, dude. Look, I'm getting shorter and shorter. What's going on here?
You are. What are you doing?
My chair's broken. This is not a good night. Shit's just breaking. Hopefully, I'm going to be looking like Kilroy in a minute. Whose turn? Your turn?
Yours.
My turn?
No, it's
My
your turn.
Okay. All right, here's your second clip.
Anybody move out, blow your fucking head off.
Nobody says fuck like Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. He was in a lot of movies.
Yeah, 150 something to be exact.
I'm gonna go with Loaded Weapon. Well, I'm not gonna bother guessing who he was. So
no.
That
was from Coming to America.
Oh, I knew it was a comedy of some kind, but that's why I went with Loaded Weapon. I did.
You know what his character was?
Yeah, no.
The bad guy.
The bad guy. Okay.
The armed robber.
The armed robber. All right, here's yours.
Everybody keep your mouth shut. Do like I say. You open your mouth, you're going to get a bullet. You move a little sudden, a little strange, you're going to get a bullet. Not a warning, not a question, a bullet.
Give me a clue.
Clue.
Actually, I don't need the clue. I was just trying to stall for time. The Hateful Eight.
Wow. And the character name?
Oh, couldn't tell you.
Well, let's go with and. So you get 1 point. He was Major Marquis Warren.
I was tripping over it because there's an Adam Sandler film that's a spoof off of that. I was getting the two names confused.
Yeah.
The Ridiculous Six, I think it was.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. All right, you're up.
Okay, here you go.
You should see ice. It moves like it has a mind. Like it knows it killed the world once. It got a taste for murder. When the avalanche came, it took us a week to climb out. And somewhere, we lost hope. Now, I don't know exactly when we turned on each other. I just know that 7 of us survived the slide, and only 5 made it out.
I'd like a clue, please.
It's a Samuel L. Jackson movie.
Okay.
And clue. It's it's a disaster movie.
It's a disaster movie.
I'm afraid I don't need an answer.
The only thing I can come up with is Jurassic Park. I don't know.
That's a good guess.
I was thinking Ice Age and stuff, but yeah.
No. It was Deep Blue Sea.
That's not a disaster movie.
It most certainly is. There's a typhoon hitting. The whole place is sinking. That is certainly a... Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay,
As a matter of fact, if you look up Jaws, is listed as a disaster movie.
That's
a lot of disaster.
Here,
we'll
shut
circle
up.
back
Here's,
for that one too.
Here, you already won, but here's your last one anyway.
Honey!
What?
Where's my super suit?
What?
Where is my super suit?
I know you're going to want me to say the something from the Marvel movies, but I'm not going to be that stupid. I'm going to go with something incredible.
No.
What kind of moron tries to flush body parts down a toilet, especially when he's got a perfectly good furnace out back?
Do you know that one?
I don't know. Do you know this one?
The fact that this mother is not serving time in some federal penitentiary is a huge, hot, heaping pile of horse.
Triple X?
No. RoboCop.
RoboCop. Oh God, I even forgot he was in RoboCop.
All
right, once again,
that wonderful remake. Once again, who won?
You did. You did.
Who?
Yep. All right. So, Chili has entered our contest, and he's in the possible realm of getting a $25 gift card. All right. So, you good with that?
Good with that.
It's time to dig deep. That only means one thing. It's time for questions from my sack.
All right, here is question.
I have one question. Did you wash your sack after your colonoscopy?
I did, but I had to wait a day, she said.
Till you were done farting?
I don't know. She said I had to wait a day before I could do that, so I did. All right. Question numero uno is, I can't. If you were wrongfully put in the wacky ward, how would you convince them that you're actually sane? So if you were put in the wacky ward, how would you convince them you're actually sane?
There's no way you take me sane ever.
Yeah, they wouldn't believe me either, no matter what I do. No. How does somebody do that? What they say that? I guess this theory is if you think you're crazy, you're sane. Isn't that what they say?
That's what they say.
Something like that. Yeah. All right. That was a dumb question.
That was a very dumb question.
Here is question numero dos. Where was the most inappropriate or most embarrassing place you farted?
Well, I'm a big fan of the fart. So
you are.
There really isn't quite any place that I wouldn't drop. I would drop gas purposely. The problem is when you fart and you don't mean to fart. For some reason, that's embarrassing. But if you plan it, it's okay. So I'm gonna have to say, classroom. I think that was
classroom.
I dropped a pencil or something and ripped one of them right off
during
a test. So it was quite evident who did it.
I don't know if I don't think it's ever happened to me. If it did, it wasn't that embarrassing because I don't remember it. But like I tell my children all the time because they constantly, Dad, did you fart? I go, yeah, I would tell you if I farted. I'm not going to hide it. I'm proud of my farts. They smell good, right? Don't your farts smell good?
No, they're disgusting.
Really? Oh, I love my farts. They smell good. I could smell them all day. Someone else's farts, no. But my farts? Oh, yeah. Bring it on. Bring it on. All right. So don't please, people, do not ask any more fart jokes. It just sets him off. We can't do it. All right. Here is the last one. What's the one inanimate object you cherish the most?
What? What's an inanimate object?
Something that's not alive.
Something's not alive?
Yes, not alive. What's the one inanimate object that you cherish the most?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
You can't think of anything?
No, I'm not really attached to like a lot of things, but I mean nothing that I could live without that I could think of.
I would have to say not that I have a whole lot of them because you know what, I'm going to switch that up and I'm going to say my computer. And I only say that not because I'm computers and thing, but because it's got all the pictures of all the kids growing up and it's got tons and tons of pictures and videos in it. So that's what I would say. It's simply I was going to say photo album originally, but I'll switch it to computer because that's where all my pictures are these days. So yeah, my computer. Plus it does other stuff and allows me to have a podcast. And
I'm sinking into the ground here faster and faster.
Sonny's pet peeve
of the week.
All right,
you
folks,
look so stupid.
Thanks a lot.
You do. You do with that chair.
I'm at the kids' table. The kids' table at Thanksgiving?
At Thanksgiving,
everybody starts off.
Yeah.
All right, folks, listen to me and listen carefully before some of you go get all bent on me, okay? But look at masks. These masks that we've been having to wear, okay? Fine. Wear them, don't wear them, whatever. Okay, everybody has their opinion. I've got mine, you've got yours. However, if you choose to decide you do wish to wear your mask for your safety and others, then put the goddamn mask on correctly. It goes over your mouth and your nose. Don't put it down under your nose or twist it to the right or twist it to the left. If you're going to wear it like an idiot, then just don't wear it at all because it really irritates the shit out of me. And that is my pet peeve of the week.
Excelente. Any final thoughts? Yeah, this podcast episode was too long.
Very long. What are you going to do? Add it into two different versions? That mean parts?
Part 1 and part 2?
Part 1 and part 2.
Part 2.
I have to read you something.
Yeah, I figured it was coming. That's why I was given all of these. Yeah. What do you got?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second. I got to check. Okay. Here we go. All right, folks. Listen to me and listen carefully before some of you go get all bent on me, okay? This is, look at masks. These masks that we've been having to wear, okay? If you choose to decide you do wish to wear your mask for your safety and others, then put the goddamn mask on correctly. It goes over your mouth and your nose. Don't put it down under your nose or twist it to the right or twist it to the left. If you're going to wear it like an idiot, then just don't wear it at all because it really irritates the shit out of me. And that is my pet peeve of the week.
Excelente. Any final thoughts?
Get my glasses off for this. Can't see. San Francisco, the final cow. These are the voyages of the starship Puny. Its 13-year mission: to pluck strange new cars, to seek out a new cup and new bras, to boldly go where no lion has gone before. And that is my final thought of the week.
Oh, I hear copyright infringement everywhere on that one.
You think so?
It could be.
Were we over 30 seconds?
I don't know. All right, everyone, that's going to do it for this episode of the Fountain of Thought podcast. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. We really do appreciate it. The numbers are going up, and it's great. Leave your opinion and your thoughts on our listener line. Once again, the number is 413-612-8037. Reminding everyone to subscribe to our podcast via your listening or viewing preference. And don't forget to visit our website at fountainofthought.com for contests and so much more. And finally, folks, remember, be a fountain.
Not a drain.
Is it wrong that I was totally aroused by that?
Oh, groovy, baby.
Sailing the seas of ocean.
That was stupid.
Marcia.
Dennis likes to joke around that he's the pit master of the world and all of that, and he is.
Scotty, beat me up.
That's news to me.
The number you have reached, 911, has been changed to a non-published number.
Sir, I protest. I am not a merry man.